get any plan to sack workers for Edo? Obaseki na im talk this one. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki don yarn say im government no go sack any worker for di state, even as dem dey do ogbonge reforms to take reposition civil service commission make dem for fit dey get better performance with correct service delivery for di state. Governor Obaseki tok dis one for di interactive session wey e do with civil servants wey dey undergo training for John Odige Oyegun Civil Service Training Academy for Benin City. E yarn say di ogbonge reform wey government dey do na wetin dem wan use take strengthen and retool civil service, make workers fit dey get di correct tools and skills wey dem go need to take ensure efficiency, productivity and still drive sustainable development for di state. Di way Council Governor tok say no civil servant go lose e job for di state, but dem go train dem well plus still introduce dem to correct technology wey go dey help dem deliver better services to Edo pipo.
And it was very clear early on in the life of the first term that for this to happen, the civil service, which is a critical enabler of government to be able to achieve these aspirations, needed to be beefed up, needed to be strengthened. So we came in to say, how are we going to contribute to strengthening the Edo State civil service? We identified a number of initiative measures that needed to take place. One was we needed to reskill and retool the civil servants. And how were we to do it? It was through an accelerated capacity building program, such that we will produce highly knowledgeable, skilled, and talented civil servants in various disciplines that make up the civil service. So that was one of our first cardinal pillars we wanted to pursue. Second was re-engineering the Edo State, the civil service structure. So improve organizational structure through process re-engineering and have a civil service structure that is dynamic, agile, flexible, and able to adapt to the changes that was coming to hit the service.
Social development. So that is the whole idea, that we want to give you the capacity, the opportunity to be able to do your work, right? No godfather, nobody will help you. It's only you that can help yourself. And we're going to make sure that we give you the technology and the tools to work. So it's up to you. For those who refuse to accept it, then there's nothing we can do. You understand? Like, your traffic, right? Your fire service. I mean, you'll see the command and control center there. I mean, once we promise that, look, if there's a crisis, we'll be there in 15 minutes. That is the kind, if you promise that, for instance, and there's a fire and you're not there in 15 minutes, then the people will do what? You understand? Yes, sir. So that's what we're trying to do, just to make sure that you deliver your services efficiently. And you will be held accountable for it. Huh? But what we will do is support you, give you the resources you need, the training, the equipment, and the support personnel to do your work efficiently and effectively. At the end of the day, it's going to be about your work. People will not be promoted if they have not done their work. Do you understand? You cannot say, oh, me and that man entered service the same day. He was promoted, I wasn't promoted. No way. The evaluation mechanism is going to be so clear and so transparent. You said you will know that I have not done the same work as that other person. So you can't say, oh, it's because my boss didn't like me, or because I don't know anybody, that's why I didn't get promotion. It's the people you are servicing, the people you are serving, that will determine whether they are getting service from you or not. And if they don't feel they are getting service from you, then they will make the decisions through the governor who they voted for.
Governor Obaseki yarn say government no go fit deliver correct services to the people if dem no train the civil servants wey suppose dey help dem wella. He yarn say the facilities wey dem go use for the ogbonge training plus the people wey go train the workers don already dey ground. The way Council Governor still come yarn say as e be say 50% of the people wey dey civil service go soon retire, government go begin carry young people wey dey qualified enter civil service, make ogbonge work fit continue for the state.
Nobody will lose their jobs if they know their jobs. We're trying to train them to do their jobs and do their jobs well. Clearly, we need to bring in more people into the civil service. But before we bring in more people, we want to make sure we're clear as to what they will come and do when they are, when they are hired to come into the civil service. The the fact is that government cannot deliver services to the people if the civil servants who are supposed to help government do so are not properly trained. So this facility has been built. People have been brought in to handhold civil servants, to train them, to understand what their challenges are, and to make, redesign the system to help them work better. But those who cannot cope, those who don't want to change, those are the ones that are likely to have problems. But even then, our last option will be to ask anybody to go. We will do all we can to try and get them to improve on their services to the people of Edo State. So that is the purpose of this. We have started by bringing them out, training, giving them information, exposing them to technologies, hand-holding them, and we're going to do this for a while, and also bring in more people into the service. Like you saw from the presentation, the civil service, its age, the average age is about 45 years. We need to bring in a lot more younger people in to reduce that. In the next 5 to 7 years, 50% of the people in the service now will be retiring. We don't want to wait till then before we now begin to bring in people. Let's bring in younger people who they will train, who they'll pass on some of the experiences to, so that we can strengthen the system itself.
Chairman on top Edo State Civil Service Commission, Princess Ekiwa Ine, come salute Governor Obaseki for the institutional reforms where they bring come civil service and their salaries where no dey waste time to pay. She yarn say this one don become ogbonge motivating factor for Edo State government workers, and wetin they try do now na to fill the plenty positions wey go soon dey empty for civil service. And dem don already dey do talk with the vacancy governor on top recruitment matter, make everything for fit dey kampe for the Civil Service Commission.
The contents of this afternoon's presentations are not alien to us. We have always highlighted in our reports that the population of the service is aging. It's middle and top heavy. This is as a result of the massive retrenchments that have taken place over the years. People exiting through natural processes, death, retirement, and of course upward mobility. They want to transfer to somewhere else, and then there have not been corresponding recruitment over the years. Even if you recruit 1,000 persons to level 8 as we speak to you now, it's going to take some time before they mature and grow to the middle level manpower position. So we are rubbing minds with the government and the governor on how to fill some of these positions at the top. Of course, bearing in mind too that there are people on ground that need to be protected. So what we heard today are not alien to the Commission in our reports. We are happy that we are going to embark on recruitment. We are trying to streamline what to do so that what we push out to the public will be accurate and easy for people who want to key in to apply. So the next couple of days, adverts certainly will be out. We've never had it so good. I was pleasantly surprised. Was it yesterday when I heard Pim Pim? What did I get? It was an alert for my salary. So that has made the civil servants to be happy. He's creating a conducive environment for us. The Commission's building had been totally renovated. He has done the other blocks. He's working on the Secretariat building. Eventually we move to Palm House so that whole complex will be wearing a different look. And to whom much is given, much is expected. On both sides. We have no choice but to march along with him.
This one are the ogbonge information we carry come give una on top inside Edo today. As Obaseki don yarn say im government no get any plan to sack workers for Edo. Make una sabi say na TMC TV na im carry this ogbonge informate dey come give una. My name na Oiza Aboriogun from Benin.